substances, and the same drugs and substances will disrupt your academic life. Alcoholism, and alcohol is here with us. Our neighboring town has alcohol. Your recreation center has alcohol. I'm not saying you don't take alcohol, but avoid alcoholism. It will disrupt your academic life, and you may end up not fulfilling the objective that brought you to the university. In the university, you are free to associate. Men and women can associate, but avoid behavior that can compromise your health, that can compromise your studies. Casual sex, casual sex. My good friends, I said the primary objective is to learn. We don't want to see people getting children. Of course, if they are married, they can get children, but we don't want to see girls pregnant all over. People who came to study, all of a sudden they have been cheated, and instead of pursuing their studies, they are now nursing mothers. And as you nurse, girls, as you nurse your children, the people responsible continue with their studies. Avoid casual sex. Of course, pregnancy is not the worst evil that can come from casual sex. HIV is not a passing cloud. Other sexually transmitted diseases are also with us. I want to urge you, please, just avoid casual sex and relate in a healthy manner. Observe discipline throughout your stay at the university. The academic division will not hesitate to discipline you if you engage in activities that contravene the rules and regulations of the university. Some of the activities have to do with the halls where I can see some of you. And I want to refer you to the student handbook. Kindly go through the student handbook very carefully. You'll be able to see the do's and don'ts that relate to the halls of residence. In as much as we accommodate you, we have certain rules that govern your stay in the halls of residence. Drugs and substances is another form of indiscipline, which I've already talked about. I will not repeat that. But the other form of indiscipline that you can get into is examination irregularities. Please, let your performance in any exam be a true reflection of your performance. Do not copy exams. Do not get assisted when you're doing exams by friends or by material that is relevant to the exam. Please study the rules in the handbook, and the punishment for examination irregularities in the university is very punitive. Again, we expel you. Irrespective of your level of study, we will expel you from the university. Students, we have a dean of students. The dean of students is concerned about your welfare, and it's also concerned about extracurricular activities. And we have quite a number of extracurricular activities within the university. We have games and sports. We have the various clubs. Kindly engage yourselves when you have free time. An idle mind becomes a workshop of the devil. Get yourself engaged in extracurricular activities. Visit the office of the Dean of Students if you have personal issues that may not allow you to go to class. And I'm sure he will be forthcoming with solutions. The university operates an open door policy. Our doors are open for you to come and consult. Our doors are open for any concerns that you have as far as your studies are concerned. Make use of the university officers for any assistance that you have. Even as we do that, we must be procedural. We must follow protocol. When we have issues to do with accommodation, the office to visit is not the office of the Vice Chancellor. We have a director of accommodation and catering services, CAS, catering and accommodation. That is the person to go and see. If you have issues of security, we have a chief security officer. If you have issues of timetable, we have the registrar academic. We will all be of assistance, but please use the laid down channels of communication for fast and effective help. I know there are many things I could say this morning, but I want to wish you a nice stay at Southeastern Kenya University. I want to wish you a fruitful stay, and I want to pray that God may hold your hands and lead you all the way through. Once again, congratulations to all of you for having secured a position at Southeastern Kenya University. And may God bless you. Now my humble duty to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Administration and Human Resource Management, Professor Wachira, to greet our students, introduce yourself to them, and then we move on with the program. Professor Wachira.
Thank you, Professor Ng'ang'a. Good morning, students. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Thank you. Just as has been said by Professor Ng'ang'a, it's my pleasure to welcome you to Southeastern Kenya University. You are privileged among many to have joined this elite university. Southeastern Kenya University is a university that aspires to be a world-class university, which values meritocracy. And I believe that you have been admitted to this university because you merit it. You competed with many hundreds of thousands of students, and you came out tops, and that's the reason you were admitted to this university. You met the entry criteria to your specific program, and I take this opportunity to once again welcome you to the university and specifically to the program that you'll be undertaking shortly. In keeping with the features of a world-class university, I want to assure you that SECU has recruited highly trained teaching and non-teaching members of staff to service your needs while you stay within the university. The university has, as we speak, in excess of 210 highly trained teaching members of staff, a majority of whom have PhDs. That is, they have the highest levels of academic achievement. Now, these members of the teaching staff will be imparting knowledge and skills to you in the course of the training that you'll be undertaking in this university. In addition, the university also has hired about 300 support staff to address your welfare needs. As you walk around, and as has been mentioned to you by the DVC in charge of academics and student affairs, you will require accommodation, you will require, of course, catering services, you will require health services, you require transport services. So we have several other departments, units, and sections of the university that provide these services to ensure that your stay within the university is comfortable and that you're facilitated in every way possible to ensure that you are able to achieve your academic goals. Now, the Division of Administration and Human Resource Management is charged with the responsibility of managing the human resource function of the university. We have about 8 sections, management sections, that provide different services, cross-cutting services, and one of which is transport. We provide transport both to students and staff, as well as other operational functions of the university. So from time to time, you may require to travel as students, either for sporting activities or for other academic activities, and the university shall ensure that adequate and good transport is provided for that. We also have a section that provides health services to students. If you happen to get unwell, we assure you that we have a facility that has competent health professionals to be able to provide health services to you, and you're welcome to utilize those facilities. The university also has a section that deals with the cleaning services and upkeep services. We call it the central services, that ensures that we provide a clean environment for you so that you can be able to focus on your studies. We also have a human resource department that handle all staff issues. We also have a security department that deals with security issues. It's our mission to ensure that we provide a secure environment for you. And if there are any issues that relate to security, those are handled by the security department, which is headed by a head of security. We have outsourced security service providers, but we also have university staff who provide security services. And we also have armed security provided by the government of Kenya to ensure that indeed you're secure while you're in the university. We also have a directorate of ICT that ensures that you are kept in touch with the outside world. And hence, that is the reason that you are able to tap in through the virtual platform that we are meeting today, because we have an able ICT directorate that is able to provide those services. So we also have several other departments. I believe that as you stay in the university, you'll get to appreciate them, including the legal department and another department that deals with issues of quality, quality management, and performance contracting. So let me take this opportunity once more to welcome you to Southeastern Kenya University and to assure you that you have joined a world-class university. Please use your time wisely, as you have been advised by the DVC in charge of academics, to ensure that you maximize on the output that you can be able to extract from this great university. Thank you, and God bless you.
Thank you very much, Professor Wachira, our DVC Administration and Human Resource Management. Of course, students, there is a lot more to learn, which you may not be given in the few minutes that we have using the platform. Take time and walk around the university and familiarize yourselves with these offices so that when you're in need, you know where to visit. There's one thing that I didn't talk about. Even as you are from academic division, even as you enjoy freedom in the university, there is one freedom that you will not enjoy, and that is the freedom not to attend classes. I noticed in this first very special meeting of the Vice Chancellor, quite a number of the first years did not plug in. Attendance of classes is mandatory. We will do class attendance. If by the end of semester you have not met a given threshold, we will not allow you to sit exams. And therefore, kindly communicate to your colleagues and tell them you don't have a choice. You must attend all classes and attend them punctually. You must sit all continuous assessment tests. You must sit end of semester exams. And if I were you, I would add, you must pass. Of course, if you don't pass, you can decide to be at the university, not for 4 years. Some people can be here for 8 years, depending on the activities they engage themselves in. Others will finish and finish within time. The freedom you don't enjoy is not to attend class. We have been waiting this long, waiting for students to plug in. The lecturers will not wait for you to go to class. Even if the quorum is just 2, they will continue and you'll be marked as absent. Attend classes, attend punctually, sit all exams, sit all continuous assessment tests. I can tell you, you will enjoy your stay in circle. Allow me now to call the DVC in charge of finance, planning and development, Professor Moasia, to greet the students and also give a few remarks. Professor Moasia.
Thank you very much, DVC Academic and Research and Student Affairs, Professor Nganga. Our beloved students, I want to take this opportunity to congratulate you for having successfully achieved the requirements of joining this university. As my colleagues have said, it is not an easy task, but you managed. You are very many of you, but some of you did not manage, and we are glad to have you here as our students. The university education, as DVC Academic has said, has got a lot of freedoms. Many have successfully utilized those freedoms and they have obtained their degrees. Others have squandered those freedoms and they have failed to attain their degrees. And up to today, some of them are having difficulties in their lives. We therefore want to encourage you to choose the path, the right path that will enable you to obtain your degree, that will enable you to get into your careers which you have chosen and be useful to yourself and to mankind. In our division, the Division of Finance, Planning and Development, we have several activities that will assist you towards the achievement of your goals in the university. We have various facilities in the university. We have buildings and we have facilities that you'll be using in your lecture halls and in your accommodation areas and in the catering areas. As a university, we have tried to put up state-of-the-art facilities in various areas to enable our students to enjoy their being in the university. And therefore, our plea to you is that as you utilize these facilities, we are requesting that you utilize them in the right way. We would want to continue enjoying good facilities in the university for the time you are here, and even in future when you have left. And therefore, we are requesting you to avoid being destructive in terms of utilization of the facilities. And we are, whenever you think something should be repaired or something should be improved, we have channels that you can use to report that something is not working either in your room or in the lecture halls, and then our maintenance section will be able to attend to it and make sure that you get the best use of that particular facility. In the past, we have had some of our students misusing our accommodation and catering services. Some students who are not members or who are not supposed to be in the halls of residence, they choose to come and stay there, which is an illegality by itself. We are requesting that if you have not paid for the rooms and you are not supposed to be in the room, please avoid being in the rooms, because the rooms are only for the students who have registered and who are bona fide to be in the rooms. We have a section that deals with the student finance, and we request that you make sure that your fee payment is on time during the time which has been stipulated by the academic division. You should make sure that you pay your fees on time to avoid being inconvenienced during the time when you are taking your lectures or your exams in form of cards or the final end of semester exam. We feel bad when we see students coming crying and towards the end of the semester. We will request you to make a good plan for your finances so that you are not inconvenienced towards the end of your semester. For those who are interested, we have a farm, and in that farm we have, especially the ones who are taking agriculture-related courses, we have animals, we have birds, we have crops, we have trees, and therefore, during your free time, you may want to walk and just see what we are doing and learn some of the things that we are doing, which can be useful to you, either in the university or when you go back to your homes. With those remarks, I want once more to welcome you and remind you that the success in the university is a choice that you have to make. You have to choose to live in a way that at the end of the day, you see the success. And therefore, we are here to help you achieve your goals. Make use of us so that you can achieve what you intend to be when you grow up. Thank you very much, and you are most welcome to the university. Thank you, DVC. Professor Nganga, I'm done.
Hello, I'm on YouTube, not on the meeting.
Vice Chancellor, you are live.
Okay, I can proceed. You can hear me?
Yes, VC,
Yes, we can.
Okay, I can proceed.
Thank you very much, Professor Mwasia, for those remarks to our first year students. And first year students, this is a very special day for you. It is one of the 2 days that you are able to be the Vice Chancellor. Unlike high school where you have a principal, at the university, we don't have those positions. Academic leadership is vested in the office of the Vice Chancellor. You only meet the Vice Chancellor twice as a group. Of course, you can meet him other times because of individual needs, but as a group, as a cohort, you have 2 times to meet with the Vice Chancellor. One of those golden opportunities, which some of you are missing, is today. And then the second one will be at the time of graduation. And this morning, we are very humbled to have our Vice Chancellor in the meeting. Our Vice Chancellor is Professor Geoffrey Muluvi, an academic in his own right, and also a researcher. And my humble duty this morning is to invite the Vice Chancellor to make his official address to the first year students. Professor Muluvi, sir.
The Deputy Vice Chancellors present, the registrars, deans and then directors, chairman of departments, teaching and non-administrative staff, members of the Students' Governing Council, freshmen and women, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. I hope you can hear me.
We can hear you, sir. Good morning,
Yes.
sir.
On behalf of the University Council and the Senate, the management, the staff, and the students of Southeastern Kenya University, and on my own behalf, I take this opportunity to convey our hearty congratulations to our new students who have been admitted to the university for various academic programs. This is a great achievement that gives you reason to rejoice. But I would like to add that this is just the beginning. I hope you will give your parents, guardians, the fullness of joy by making a successful exit from this university at the end of your stay here. And I think I need to emphasize that not all the students who join the university complete. Some get into various challenges because of bad company, bad behavior, and they don't complete. But we urge you to remain focused on what brought you here and make sure at the end of the 4 years or 2 years, those who are doing masters, or 3 years for those who are doing PhD, you have earned what brought you here. Ladies and gentlemen, ordinarily, we would have held this ceremony at the graduation square in a face-to-face setting where we would freely interact with one another in a very colorful ceremony. This virtual meeting has been necessitated by the prevailing COVID-19 situation, which has become a worldwide problem. The virtual meeting is one of the steps the university adopted to ensure the safety of all learners and the members of staff. And while the university has put in place all the necessary measures to combat the pandemic, it remains in large part the honors of all of us individually to ensure we follow all the laid down protocols governing our conduct in relation to the pandemic. And I think I need at this point to emphasize that the university has put various measures in place to ensure that both the staff and the students remain safe within the university. We have demanded that every staff and the student wears a mask all the time. We have also ensured there is social distancing in the hostels. We have also ensured that the students and the lecturers must wear the mask inside the classrooms, and the lecturers themselves must teach when they are wearing a mask. And the students who are attending the class must also be wearing a mask. You must have seen we have put water taps everywhere so that students and members of staff can wash their hands. We monitor the temperatures all the time. And also we provide sanitizer in strategic places so that members of staff and the students can sanitize as they go inside the classroom. So we have put many measures in place so that we can combat the pandemic. We have also, as a university, ensured that members of staff are vaccinated against the corona so that you can interact with them, of course, with caution, but we have made sure that all the members of staff have been vaccinated. Maybe out of the more than 500 employees, by Monday this week, only about 20 who had not been vaccinated. For reasons, some of them are breastfeeding, others are expectant, but then we are monitoring the situation, and once the rules allow even that category to be vaccinated, we are going to ensure they are vaccinated. But largely, all the members of staff have been vaccinated against COVID-19. We know that they are yet to open up for those below 18, but now, even at your age, I believe that you can go for vaccination to make sure that you remain safe, because this corona pandemic is real and is really causing a lot of difficulties across the globe. As I welcome you to SECU, our dear students, let me take this opportunity to assure you that you have made the right choice by coming here. And I can assure you that I sit in the board of placement service representing public universities in that board, and we made sure that we admitted students, 95% of them based on their choice. Very few students were placed in the programs they did not choose voluntarily. Out of the more than 2,200 students who have been admitted in this university, is less than 150 who were placed towards the end when they could not get any choice. But more than 2,000 students admitted in your group chose the university by themselves. And we can assure you, you made the right decision. Over the years, the university in its pursuit of excellence has realized major milestones in its quest to grow into a formidable center of training, research, and innovation. As you have noticed, our university compound is very big. This university alone is on 10,000 acres of land. The land is very big. You have seen where the main gate is, where the hostels are, where the administration offices are, and we are still building. Over the last 1 year, over the last 3 months, we have completed in buildings worth more than 1 billion. We have built the College of Humanities, where my office currently is. We have built the campus in Kitui. We have built the modern campus in Wote. And during your time, as you interact and know what is happening around, if you go to Wote or you go to Kitui town, you'll be able to see that the most modern and beautiful building in Kitui town is actually the university campus in Kitui town, where we have some of the students who are doing master's, PhD, and also advanced courses in business and economics. So be proud of that achievement. We are cautioned from the interactive ASU and BASU of urban life, making SECU a most conducive environment for learning and research. There are some universities, when you go there, from where you stay to reach the university might take you 2 hours. And when you finish classes, by the time you leave the university to go to where you stay, you might take another 2 or 3 hours, and you spend the whole day commuting. But this university is safe, very safe. You can walk around without difficulties, and you can study with minimal interruptions, and our students complete their studies within the stipulated time. No student here for the last almost 10 years have ever stayed for long. The students complete, and we can guarantee you, if you also cooperate, you'll be able to, and you don't bring issues, you can complete your studies within 4 years, those who are doing undergraduate, or even a year or two, those who are doing diploma, or 2 for masters and 3 for PhD, as stipulated, without extending your stay even if by a single day. I've already said we have 3 other campuses. We have a campus in Kitui, we have one of the best campuses in Wote, and we have a campus in Mutitwande. So the university is big, which, although security number and setting are well isolated to ensure minimal interruption. The campus in Kitui is not a rented campus. We own it, it's on our land. The campus in Wote, we have built it, it's on our land. The campus in Mutitu, we own it, it's built on our land. Those are permanent structures, and the students who come from those areas, they know what I'm talking about. Since its inception, the university has achieved key milestones in its effort to build a brand as a center of training, research, and innovation. In the last government performance contract evaluation, SECOG was graded number 5 among all the public universities and number 7 among all the state corporations. We are number 7 among all the state corporations, which are more than 260. We ranked number 7. We have ranged from number 8 to 15 in the global ranking of biometric when it comes to Kenya universities, both public and private. And we are talking more than 75 universities, and we range between 8 and 10. Most of the time 8, 10. The ones we have gone is number 15, and you can even, if you Google, you'll be able to see the university ranking, the latest ranking, which was done the other day. Out of the 80 universities, close to 80 universities, both public and private, we are ranked number 15 at the moment. So we are doing well. We wanted to consistently be below 10 going forward. We are working to make sure that we don't go beyond 10. We have been able to go number 8, and we want to remain not more than 10 in the ranking through the biometric ranking among the universities. We are also ISO 9001 2015 certified, which means that we strictly adhere to lay down quality standards, services, including delivery of teaching. And we have tried over time to modernize our teaching. If you go to our campuses in Wote, you go to Kitui, and even some of the lecture rooms here, you find we have screens, and the idea is to be able to do cross-campus teaching by streaming the teaching live, and we can be able to interact across the campuses even when the class is being held here. So we have invested in technology. I've already said that over the last few years, we have put up several state-of-the-art facilities in our campuses. We have adequate lecture theaters, halls and rooms, science and computer laboratories, as well as libraries, which will guarantee you easy learning and overall stay in Iseko. Moreover, the university is now easily accessible from the main Machakos Kitui Road. This road the tarmacking was completed towards the end of last year. Before it was not tarmacked, so we are making good progress, and we made sure that the roads linking the university here are properly tarmacked. The newly completed Iseko Road is a major boost to your academic and social life, as you can now move in and out of the campus without worry about transport. It used to be challenging. And I know when the continuing students come on a Monday, you will see the place will be very busy with many matatus and with many students. From here to Kwavonza, you see a lot of transportation, and there will be a lot of company within the university. We have also invested heavily in ICT, and the university is connected through fiber optic, which has enabled us to have internet access within the campuses. I am happy to inform you that arising from the COVID-19 outbreak, we have digitized our curricula, making it possible to engage in blended learning for ease of content delivery. And this teaching method will come in handy for lunch classes, especially for the common courses. And we have said most of the common courses, because of the numbers involved, they will be taught through blended teaching, where we have some students attending physically, those who want, and those who want to follow the class will log in and follow the class wherever they are, so that again, we don't expose our students to dangers of contracting the COVID-19. I also want to assure you that we have qualified staff in all the areas we are teaching. The university policy over that we only employ people with PhD. That's the university policy now. Of course, we have some of our students who did first degree. Then we gave them scholarship to do masters, both locally and outside the country. And some are still doing PhD. So we have a few of them who are still not yet with the PhD, who are studying for PhD. And some of them, and a big number, are actually our former students of SECU who got scholarship to go to China and elsewhere to study for a degree. Then they return on staff establishment. And some of them, because they are still pursuing that PhD, have not completed. But the university only employs people with PhD, and all the lecturers strictly follow the university quality assurance guidelines in course and delivery, and are willing to assist our students to reap maximum benefits from their interaction. I can assure you, and if there are complaints on that, you will also have my email. You can send me an email if you have serious concerns on how we deliver our services. We guarantee you that you will get your degrees within the stipulated time, which is 4 years for undergraduate, 2 years for masters, and 3 years for PhD. SECU, the Southeastern Kenya University abbreviation is SECU, so many times we'll be talking of SECU, is a peaceful community with no student unrest or industrial actions by staff, a fact that has ensured that our students complete their studies within the stipulated time period. Over the years, we agreed with our students that we want to build a brand. The university's name depends on you and your future, and your relationship with the potential employers will depend on how you conduct yourself within the university. If you are the people who go on strike all the time and who go rampaging all the time, the employers will shun you. So it's very important that you maintain discipline and you conduct yourself in a way which will give university dignity and respect from the stakeholders, including the potential employers. And that's what all the students in this university have done, and we have a good culture. And I believe you are going to join and ensure that you maintain peace all the time. Our staff also do the same, and they restrain themselves a lot from doing bad things so that you can be able to build a university with reputation. Dear students, as I have mentioned, today marks a major turning point in your academic journey. It is a moment full of great expectations and dreams, not only on your part, but also on the part of all those who surround your lives, your family, your lecturers, your community, the country, and humanity at large. All of them are looking up to you to shine and do them proud. The matriculation ceremony is an important occasion, not only because it marks the formal admission of students into the university, but also because it enjoins them to the charter and the statutes of the universality and all other policies and the regulations that govern it through the matriculation oath, which they solemnly take. And this new student, therefore, vow to be part of the SECU community with its culture and values. And I believe that process, you have gone through it, and now you are officially the students of Southeastern Kenya University. As you start this journey in your academic life today, you will find tremendous opportunities, experiences, and challenges that will define your university experience and set you on the path to personal development. To navigate through these opportunities and challenges, you'll be duty-bound to cultivate a sense of responsibility and discipline, commitment, and focus, and remain true to these important tenets of good scholarly habits. As you set your goals to excel, self-discipline will be key. And I'm sure DBC Academic I listened to her and she talked at length about issue of discipline and how to conduct yourself. We live in a civilized society and the civility must reflect in all our actions. You are expected to remain considerable in how you deal with your fellow students, the staff, and the community at large. The educated people, and you are now educated people, your university students who are at the top of the society, express themselves in a civil manner. And I don't expect you engage in arguments or you engage in disagreements, then you resort into fighting. That one you leave it to the people who have never gone to school. People who have gone to school, they win arguments based on the quality of the arguments, not in blows. So you make sure that you conduct yourself like somebody who is educated, somebody who is in an institution of higher learning, but don't get involved in confrontations which are angry, and yet you can express yourself through talking. The university ecosystem is governed by rules and regulations with the procedures for engaging in various activities. I therefore urge you all to carefully read the regulations which will be made available to you. I'm sure if you have not been made available, and follow the procedures accordingly. You may have been walking around and though nobody bothers with you, but there are rules and regulations which we expect to be followed. And the university's punishments are more severe. There are less rules here, but the punishments are more severe. We don't tell students to cut in grass. When we find your behavior is not commensurate with modern society, where you can stay with your colleagues in peace and you also engage in a few things which the university does not allow, many times you find yourself, you have either been suspended, expelled, or discontinued altogether, and you are told in bye-bye, and you can go away. But normally we follow the law. You are given a chance to defend yourself, but make sure that you stay well and you don't get involved in behaviors which will undermine your stay here. As you will find out, the university has its values and ethos that we hold dear. Integrity is at the heart of these values. We do not only seek to achieve academic excellence, but also the moral uprightness of our students. Such holistic approach to education will set you apart and put you above the rest as you live here and upon leaving this institution. We have built a reputation of high academic standards and shall remain steadfast in this. One of the biggest challenges facing the youth today, and I can mention this, is actually the drugs. And then, unfortunately, some members of the society and these students, our students today, you are part of the Kenyan society and the part of the Kenyan youth, and you must shun drugs. We can tell you, and you really don't get into company where you're going to be introduced into drugs. And don't be cheated by any student that when you take in drugs, you become more intelligent. You become a fool. You don't become intelligent. So make sure you avoid all forms of drugs, bad company, and you stay like somebody who, when he can be employed, you can be able to provide leadership wherever you go, but don't get involved in practices which will ruin your future. And one of them is drugs. Avoid the drugs, including excessive drinking. Doesn't help you, doesn't help your family. Nobody will employ you. When you get in these social evils, completing the studies become complicated, your parents get disappointed with you, and some of them get into these ambits when their families have sold the land, they have struggled to raise fees for you to go to study. Then after 1 or 2 years, you are now going back empty-handed. Then you go into depression. Your parents don't want to see you. And we are telling you of real things we have seen and we continue to see every day. even after talking with you in a ceremony like this. We have said we are more of forms of academic malpractice also. In addition to those things I'm talking about, and the other thing I must mention, and DPC talked about it, is the issue of pregnancy. Issues of pregnancy. DPC talked about it. I want to emphasize on it because I'm a parent also. And your parents would like you to come here and get a degree after 4 years. And I'm addressing the girls. They didn't bring you here to become a mother, even when you are not married. Now, it's very difficult to have a child. You are now renting a space at Kobonza. You have a maid whom I don't know is paying for it because you are not working. You are putting more burden to your parents. Please sympathize with your parents and avoid subjecting them to unnecessary stress because of your bad behavior. You can wait to complete your studies, get married, then have children. But don't start with the children now in first year because you came here to get a degree and there are many years you're going to live on this earth and you do whatever you want to do, there is time for it. But for the next 4 years or 2 years or 3 years, for those who are doing PhD, please focus on your studies alone and avoid unnecessary pregnancy and associated. And when you get pregnancy, you are not married, it means you had unprotected sex, and that means that you also get into other challenges of diseases and even corona. Again, you realize, and this must be very clear to you, that the biggest mistake you can do in the university is to to cheat in examinations. If you are caught cheating, you'll be expelled. I need to mention to you that every year and every semester, a number of students are expelled because of this vice. And they do not be that statistics. And I tell students like today, tomorrow you start classes, there will be examinations at the end of the semester. And because you spend your time drinking and doing other social things, you have not read, you go to class either carrying a phone to go and copy or doing all manner of things. Please don't do that. The university only expels you, and unfortunately there is no other punishment. We cannot say we have expelled you for a year, we have done one semester. No, you are expelled from the university completely on examination irregularity. And there is no magnitude of examination cheating which is punishable that way. Is any form of cheating, small or big, you are expelled. And there is nothing we can do about it. The committee will be convened, you'll be asked questions, you respond, and if there is sufficient evidence you are involved in examination cheating, then you have to leave. And that becomes very bad to you, your future, the future of your family, and everybody you are associated with. Besides, there are also several acts that constitute misconduct on which the university will not make any compromises with offenders. As you settle down, I urge you to study carefully all the rules and the regulations. We shall expect you to utilize university facilities at your disposal in a prudent manner and responsible manner, being mindful of other users as well. You cannot pass where you find a globe, you put it in your pocket, and you don't care what the next student will do. Take care of university property because they are meant for you, for the students and the students to come. We have strict rules in our hostels to ensure that you stay as comfortable and none of you makes life of others difficult. The university has tried as much as possible to accommodate most of you, but this does not buy any of you who feel that they would like to stay outside from doing so. But seek authority from your parents and then don't cheat them, you missed accommodation, Tell them you want to go and enjoy yourself at Kwavonza and you don't want to stay here, so that they are aware, but don't cheat them. The person doesn't have accommodation and don't know what. And since the accommodation is shared, you cannot marry in those hostels because they are shared. If you want to marry, you go to Kwavonza to marry there. If you want to bring your maid and the children, you go to Kwavonza to do that. But that's this, the hostels are shared, the other students, and we don't want to be exposed to bad practices. So be careful on that. Don't bring other students to sleep in your room because the other students there. Don't share beds. Once you are supposed to maintain 1 meter distance because of social corona. Now, if you share a bed with somebody, you have already broken the COVID-19 rules because 1 meter will not be maintained. So no student should cheat you, then you can share the bed, you will not be seen, you'll be seen and you be expelled from the hostels again. And then you are charged money, which in essence, you could still have paid for a hostel and gotten your room. So it doesn't make sense. So be careful with that. And because of our Shabab, we always ensure that the people who sleep in hostels are the students who have registered, who have been assigned accommodation. We don't allow outsiders to come and sleep in the hostel, because if we are allowed, we will create a security loophole where even a bad person can sleep within the university hostels, and at night it turns out to be a thug. So we don't allow it. And if you do it, you will also be caught and you're taken through a disciplinary process, and there will be penalties for it. So please avoid it as much as you can. Use the lecture rooms well. Avoid placing chairs on the corridors. It can be a disaster in the case of an emergency. Study inside the lecture room, study inside the library, study outside where we have placed these benches, metallic benches, but don't pull the classroom chair and put it on the corridor. We don't allow it and avoid it. But we are not saying you cannot study outside, but you can go to designated places where we have already done so. Use the lecture rooms prudently. I've already said so. You also need to know that from now on, there will be no bells ringing to tell you where to go, but this should not deceive you to believe that there will be no demands on you. Instead, the demands are now greater as you are called upon to manage your time without any prompting. We now know you are an handout, and you can plan your time well, and you can decide when to study and when to sleep, when to eat, and when to greet your friends. So there will be nobody following you everywhere to tell you what to do, and we expect you to be able to do that. How you apportion your time to the many things that will call for your attention will obviously determine your success or failure as far as your academic endeavors are concerned. SECU is a vibrant community with a number of curricular and extracurricular activities such as sports, clubs, and societies, and the focus on how to spend your time constructively without straying into activities that will derail you from your key objective, which is your academic success. Choose your company wisely. Be clear about what you want to spend your time on and why. Decide what you want to become in the future and work for it from today. And it's only hard work, determination, which can get you where you want to be. A university setting accords you a lot of freedom, but the most important aspect of this freedom is the freedom to think on your own. In it lies the need to think constructively and logically. It is not freedom to do whatever you want, as anything you do as a consequence. It is freedom to do the right thing. I wish to warn you of the several pitfalls that come with this freedom, and I already said that be careful not to engage in alcoholism, don't get involved in drug abuse, irresponsible sexual behavior, and apart from interfering with your academic work, these vices will expose you to the risk of HIV/AIDS and the COVID-19. So make sure you stay well. I know it's very exciting because for the first time, some of you are now not with their parents. They are not asked when they will return, when they will go away, when they will sleep. Now it is upon you. But that freedom, you must use it well. It should not destroy you. And I'm emphasizing on this because every semester, every year, I get students telling me, Professor, I regret what I did. I will never get back into it. But now, that time, my hands are also tied. I cannot help because the university rules are very rigid. And that's why I spend a lot of time talking with you from day one so that you can get focused and you can spend your time on what brought you to the university. The university has fine-branded drugs and substance abuse and HIV control units, AIDS control units that help students on how to deal with these issues I'm talking about. And I urge those with the problems to seek guidance from these offices. We also have a well-functioning counseling service in the university, in the office of the Dean of Students, and do not hesitate to go there for counseling and professional advice wherever you need it. We also have a careers office. And if you are not sure of what you are doing, what it will take you, take advantage of careers office. We will be able to see it. We have put designations everywhere where those offices are located, and they can guide you on the future. I am aware that some of the students who are choosing courses, they don't even know the meaning of the course, what they will become. That office of the career will be crucial to help you understand the prospects in terms of the future once you pursue some of the programs we are offering. Before I conclude, and I'm now towards the end of making my remarks, the university has been introducing new programs. We have the School of Health Sciences. We have a very successful nursing program. The students are now in the 4th year, fully accredited by the Nursing Council. We have courses in food, nutrition, dietetics, also fully accredited by the board. Public health, the same. And we have also been accredited to offer medical laboratory sciences by the board. We have the approval, and I'm sure the registrar and the DVC academic have requested the students who meet that cluster. I believe by today, before the end of the day, will have been guided by the COOPs on the cluster requirements for that program. I discussed with the chief executive yesterday over the same, that we can allow the students to transfer. So we have done well. We are focusing now on introducing a pharmacy. It's our next target, we believe, within a year, so that the university can grow the program. We also believe in the next 3 months or so, we'll have introduced a law in the university. So we are doing very well in terms of new programs. We have courses in engineering. All the engineering courses are there. We have approval from the Commission for University Education and the Engineers Board of Kenya to offer those programs now. So we are fine. And we have those approval, both from the Engineers Board of Kenya and from the Commission for University Education. We decided for a long time, we will never offer courses without authority from the regulator. So I want to assure the students there, you are in the right place. And we have many courses in agriculture, in Big Four, in environment, in water, business and economics, education, sciences, ICT, and many others. So I think you are in a good company. And I'm sure if you meet a cluster requirements from course here and here, you can join. And this university is the best place you can be. It is safe, it is secure, and we have sensitized our students who will be coming on Monday, and rarely do they engage in behavior which can delay your study here. And I urge you to join and make sure you use the offices of the Students' Governing Council, the university offices, the Dean of Students, your lecturers, your department, and the deans, directors, to resolve any challenges you might be facing instead of resorting to violence, which you can only associate it with the people who have never gone to school. While SECU is steadily rising to claim its position as world-class center of excellence in education, research, and innovation, it does not mean that there are no challenges here. We will face challenges in various areas, but we believe in solving our problems through dialogue and consultation. As I've already said, we have a very vibrant student representation system through which we deal with all the challenges as one united SECU family. We believe in all of us being part of the solution. And every year, we normally have very well-organized student elections. And as a university, we allow the students to choose their leaders who represent them, and we listen to them. So there are many ways you can channel your grievances, and they will reach us through many avenues provided by the university. As I conclude, I would like to assure you that life in the university can be very exciting, both intellectually and socially. All of us are here to offer assistance if required. Do make time to engage with your lecturers and other staff and make the best out of them. Take advantage of every facility available to develop yourselves fully and to prepare for future opportunities and challenges. And I want to say that don't feel frustrated with any problem. You can start with the lecturer, no answer. Go to the chairman of the department, no answer. Go to the dean, no answer. Go to the DVC, no response. You go to DVC academic. I'm sure by the time you reach there, all the problems have ended. But in the unlikely event, you have exhausted all mechanisms. You can write me a note. My email, university email is there. Even those offices, we encourage you as much as possible to do it virtually through communication. You can send an email and we will actually respond. If it becomes challenging and no answer, you can present yourself physically. But what I am trying to assure you is we have put mechanisms in place to ensure that students' issues are addressed and addressed promptly without a delay. Sometimes we face challenge of water, but then we are informed students and we make contingency measures to ensure things are fine. And so one more, welcome to Southeastern Kenya University, and have a rewarding stay here. And with all those many remarks, I wish you well. Enjoy your stay in SECU. We'll be meeting here and there. We are always available. We walk around, we see you, we greet you, and I'm sure we'll be able to know one another even more. So thank you for listening to me.
Thank you.
Wish you a nice weekend.
Thank you, Vice Chancellor, for those very good remarks and advice to our students. I will give an opportunity for a few questions. We may not all be able to ask questions, but any burning questions that you would want addressed by the Vice Chancellor?
But they need to write they can write on the chat.
Yeah.
So there are many.
Can you write your question on the chat and he'll be able to address a few of them? I saw a question about clinical medicine, and the answer is we do not offer clinical medicine for now. Any questions, students? Registrar, are you in the meeting? Dr. Koga, are you in the meeting?
I'm in the meeting, DVC.
Kindly address the issue of registration of units I can see somebody asking, how do we register for units?
The units, they were given a link to tell them how they can register. However, if anybody who is having a problem can either go to ICT or they come to admissions. But they were given a paper which they should read. If you have paid full fees, then the registration of units opened from today, from yesterday, Thursday. You can register for units.
Okay, also respond to how do they change from one course to another?
We have intra-school form, which is on the website. Download it, and then you fill it and then take it to the dean of the school where you want to transfer to. Ensure that you meet the cutoff points for that particular course you are looking for. However, there are still a few courses that are full. Nursing is currently full, and the engineering courses. But textile, you can get to textile, but you must meet the cutoff points. Should there be a vacancy by next week, we'll announce for the particular courses I've said. All other courses are open.
Okay, so registrar, also respond to the issue of how do they apply for help?
Help, actually they were supposed to have gone online and apply for help. However, if they are unable to do it, they can get assistance from the Dean of Students office.
Okay.
But it is online. They can go to the help website and follow the procedure as indicated. But if they are unable, they go to Dean of Students office. They will be helped.
Okay. Teaching timetables registrar, are they out?
Yes, they are out, including the diploma also is out from, I think the last 30 minutes is also out. So all the timetables are out.
I think students, you are well answered. You are well answered.
And if they don't see them, they go to the schools. The school where they have been admitted, they'll find the timetable. But we also have one which is put on the website. They can go there too.
Director Cass, are you in a meeting? Professor Dorothy, but Professor Mwasia, perhaps you can answer students who are saying they have one key to be shared among 6 students. Professor Mwasia?
So the
students we are in the process of procuring more keys. So within a short time, we shall have more keys for the students who are sharing one key.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think, Professor Mwasia.
Yeah, yes.
I think the issue of the key must be addressed urgently because it is difficult to share a key with another person. So I think we need to promise either Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, the issue of the key will have been addressed so that the student has a key. So that issue should be taken seriously so that it doesn't go beyond next week without the student having the key. And the issue of the timetables, we have many, I've missed what the registrar said about the timetable on DBC.
He says the timetable is out, but students are asking how do they access the timetable? Registrar? Dr. Koga, where is the timetable? Is it on the notice board? Is it on the website? Where is the teaching timetable?
DVC, the timetable is on the website.
Okay. Students, you are well informed. The timetable is on the website. Any other issue that you want addressed? Kim, what about Wi-Fi? They are talking about Wi-Fi in the hostels. Is it there?
Yes, we have Wi-Fi in all hostels, and even in the main tuition blocks, we have Wi-Fi along the corridors and in specific rooms.
Okay.
Yeah.
Professor Mwasia, DSTV, they are talking about payment for DSTV. Has it been done?
Yeah, it is paid for.
Okay.
It is paid for, unless it's something else which is not working, but the DSTVs have been paid for.
They are talking about Trocana with only 2 working showers. Kindly address the issue also.
We'll check.
All right. Wi-Fi also not working in Takwel. I think it can be addressed. I think we see the other issues can be addressed by the directors. We have seen the issues, but the one that is on the screen, Koga, is about fees, refund of fees for students. No, it's DVC Finance, refund of fees for students who do inter-university transfer. Professor?
That one we have no problem. Once the students have left the university, we refund.
Kim, are the timetables for engineering also on their website?
All the timetables are on the website. However, also if they go to the school will also give them the timetable, because all the deans and the chairmen have the same timetable, and the deans and chairmen are expected to extract the units for their particular degrees in the schools, and then the students can now see them there also. So the timetables are everywhere.
Is there a way the timetable can be put on the notice board, or it is very big?
No, it's possible.
Hours usually we put on the website, on the notice boards. However, if the schools extract their units, and then it becomes very clear, because that one we have over 800 or 1,000 units put in one timetable. But if the schools extract for each degree program, then they put on the timetables in the schools. However, if the students require, we can also send the same timetable to their emails. But it is a big document, because we have their corporate emails.
And then students, the venue for your classes is indicated. The venue for your classes is indicated in the teaching timetable. Of course, I know you take a little time to locate the venues, but during the weekend, take a little time and walk around, locate the venues, so that when classes begin next week, you are not lost. Kim.
Yes, DVC.
They're asking, is it possible to post the teaching timetable to their emails?
Yes, it is possible.
Why don't you kindly do it? So that those people that do not get it from the website, they can get it on their personal emails.
We'll ask Lagat to do it. Lagat is in charge of timetables. And he asked the students to do it. But we'll do it.
Students Freshers Night, that is for the student government. I am sure they will inform you accordingly. The student government called Sekusa will inform you accordingly if they are going to organize a Freshers Night and when. Computer science is under the School of Science and Computing. The School of Science and yes.
I can respond on Freshers Night.
Yes, please.
You know, we are at the middle of Corona pandemic. And the month of August has been very bad, and our students have not been vaccinated. So big gatherings have already been banned by the government. Normally we would have a freshers night, but because of the corona, we cannot allow a gathering of 2,000, 3,000 students without getting into problem with the law and without our students to COVID-19. I will urge our students to wait a little bit. They get vaccinated, all of them, because now vaccination is being rolled out across the country. Then we can now start organizing events which require mass gathering. But the last update, the presidential directive on gatherings have been actually been banned. So you cannot have a gathering of 3,000 students, 5,000 students in the name of freshers need for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much, VC. DVC Finance, the issue of lockable cabinets in the hostels is arising for safety of their personal effects. Kindly have somebody to address it. How do you know that changing of courses has been successful? I think the registrar will communicate. The registrar will communicate after consideration for change of courses has been approved. The registrar academic will communicate to the affected students. There are no bridging courses at the university, not at the moment. Of course, civil engineering is on offer. We have students in the program, and I want to believe VC, we may not be able to address all the questions that are being raised. However, if the students meet with us, they are free to ask us the questions. They are also free to come to our offices. We will provide the necessary help. And if you allow VC, we can bring this meeting to an end. Somebody is saying condoms are not available. Again, we will talk to the health unit to make sure the condoms are available. The sockets, DVC, FPD, let's look at the basic maintenance of the hostel so that our students are comfortable. Otherwise, I don't know, VC, whether you have a last word.
No, just to thank the students and everybody for attending this session. We will make it better going forward so that you can have more students participate. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you everybody for your participation. God bless you. Enjoy your weekend. The meeting is officially closed.